Great show lined up. We got a lot of information to put forward, so I appreciate everyone for tuning in on a weekly basis to the show and for what you do in the community to help us move our city and our state forward here at Dekeither, Mississippi. We have our co-host here, Mr. Mac Epps. How you doing today, Mac?
Doing good, brother. Doing good. About yourself?
Oh, I'm doing well. We had a good, long, thorough council meeting last night.
I saw glimpses and pieces of it. I was trying to conduct the community meeting, and yeah, it's very important to have that television channel where we can see the meat.
Right. It's very important, and we look forward to continuing to work hard. We got Miss Jones here today. This young lady is a wonderful young lady. She was here last week. She's Miss Teen Mississippi. Welcome to the show, dear.
Thank you.
Are you nervous this week?
Not this week.
You were nervous. So all the nervous is gone.
Yeah.
All right. So this is your second radio interview. Now you haven't gone to another radio station since then.
No, sir.
Oh, okay, good.
That's what she tell us now.
That was
I'm
tough.
serious.
Okay. All right. We're here.
So we're going to talk about her bid for Miss Teen USA. We're going to talk about the Confederate flag and some issues there. We have a wonderful celebrity going to call in about 6:15 to discuss the Confederate flag issue and some things that are going on around the nation in that endeavor to move forward. We'll be discussing after that about 6:30, about 6:20, 6:30, about city council meetings, issues that we were facing last night and concerning Grove Park and Bel Air, the Arts Center, Smith Robinson Museum, and then we're going to open up for calls about 6:35 or so. So sit back, relax, ladies and gentlemen, and enjoy the show, and we look forward to providing you a good quality show. So first and foremost, Miss Jones, how are you?
I'm good.
So, tell the people a little bit about yourself, for those who may not have tuned in last week, a little bit about yourself and what has brought you to this point.
Well, my name is Samira Jones, and I live in Clinton, Mississippi, and I attend Clinton High School. I'm a senior. After I graduate, I plan to go to Tougaloo College.
Tougaloo. Oh, my bad.
And the reason why I became Miss Teen of Mississippi is because a teacher nominated me originally, and then I went to the pageant in Birmingham, Alabama, where I originally won Miss Teen of Mississippi. So now I'm raising money or getting donations for the Miss Teen of America pageant so that I can actually get there, and it's in Minnesota.
Okay, so you ventured into this world of, see, one thing I do want to give you and your parents credit for is, from just talking with you over the last week and a half, so
Yes, sir.
you're more focused on what's on your head and in your heart versus what's in your head and in your heart versus what's on your head and across your chest. Now,
Yes.
you got a crown and a sash, but in looking at you and talking to you, you first want to give credit to your parents for really doing a great job of molding you into a wonderful young lady. Talk a little bit about how important that inner beauty and inner knowledge of self is in your life so far.
Inner beauty has a great impact on me. It shows that no matter how pretty you are, it doesn't get you where you're supposed to be in life. So inner beauty, it guides you through your life. It shows you the light and the way to go. No matter how pretty your crown is, how pretty your clothes are, it doesn't matter about any of that.
But you definitely have a wonderful spirit. So talk a little bit about the Miss Teen USA pageant and when is it and how can people get involved?
The Miss Teen of America pageant is held in Minnesota at the Mall of America. It's held November 17th to the 20th. And how people can get involved is they can go to my GoFundMe account and you can type in Miss Teen of America, Miss Teen of Mississippi 2016. And there you can donate, you can sponsor. It's anything that you can do. We're appreciative of everything.
So last week you had the same solicitation and you were asking people to participate. We participated. So how much money have we raised so far?
We've raised $420
$420. Now, how much is it that you are asking to folks to donate to get to Minnesota?
$1,600.
$1,600. Matt, get some comments. I see.
You know, I got some comments always.
Go ahead, bro.
Comments. And this is the thing when we talk about it as community. We know public officials and everybody have a different role, but as community, these are things that we can take part in. And I'm always talking to the councilman about how many calls and how many people talk about.
Stanley Wesley comes in with $20.
Stan Wesley,
Thanks,
Respect
Stan.
Our Black Dollar, just came in and brought $20. That's what we're talking about. You know, it takes us to do this. You know, we can talk about how bad kids are and how they need somebody to do something about them, but we have positive young people that are out there trying to stay on the right track and stay humble as they work hard. The phone lines are dead and no money is coming out. So, you know, we talk about how we build and support us. Oh, we got another brother.
DJ Affection together.
DJ Affection. You look at him. So we like, look, 90.1 folks are coming in here and putting money on the table right now as we speak. So I know somebody out there in radio land. I know we got a member of a fraternity. I know we got a veteran. I know we got somebody out there that's going to call in and let's support this sister as she go and represent Mississippi. Now, Mississippi is at the top of the list and everything bad in this country.
Yes, sir.
We got some good things going on. We got a young sister right here that's trying to go and represent and show some of the positive light that we have here in this state. So let's support her and get her there. So come on, we waiting on these phone calls because if you call in and complain about something after this, I'm going to be the one to talk about it, not the council.
We do love and appreciate all the support that we have received so far. And if you'd like to call in and pledge support, you definitely can call in and pledge your support for this young lady. She's definitely a true, worthy young person in what she's done to get to this point. So tell the folks a little bit about what they can expect from you after the pageant. After you win.
After I win.
Right. After you win Miss Teen USA. What's the steps after that?
Well, after that, there's nothing but positivity. I'm going around, I'm supporting everything, I'm giving back to my community, because there is things that I can do to give back to my community. I can go to the stew pot and donate whatever I want. I can get support. I just want to be positive about the whole thing, no negativity. It's just a great start for me after that.
Okay, well, great. So we even got our friends on Facebook who are commenting. If you're on the internet and watching, make sure you go to the GoFundMe page. If one of our lookers on Facebook could also look at that GoFundMe page up, Miss Teen Mississippi, Miss Tamara Jones, and post that. I really appreciate that. So talk a little bit more about how much more money you need to go and the website address.
Well, the website address is gofundme.org, and then there's a little search bar that you can type in Miss Tina Mississippi 2016. My picture will pull up, my name will pull up, which is Tamara Jones. And as of right now, we're needing about $780.
Okay. So $780 to go. We should be able to get that by the end of the show, Matt.
Man, I know we should be able to get by the end of the show, at least by the end of the week.
Right.
So we know we got somebody out there. I know we have somebody out there with a business or something that want to support this sister, that want to call in, and this is how we grow our own community. I have to always tell people, Fair Street didn't start by government funding. Fair Street started by people putting their money together and supporting somebody's idea or somebody's cause, and that's what we have. So only way we're gonna get it if we help each other. So let's get somebody to call in and support this sister.
Okay, great. Oh, sister, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
And I appreciate you coming back. We're going to keep having you either come through, call in. We're going to announce it until we reach our goal and get you in a position so that you can go and represent the state properly.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks a lot, dear. And ladies and gentlemen, again, please go out and support this young lady. She's doing a great job. Mom, would you have a few words? Come on up.
Come on, Mommy.
Come on, Mom. Come on up, Mom.
We need the parent.
Right, we're not going to let you get out that easy.
Yeah, she watched last week, so we're gonna get her to say a few words this week.
So, Mom, how are you doing?
I'm fine.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So, from a parent standpoint, tell the folks who may have young people who would like to participate in something like this, about what it takes to do this, because it's not easy. having a child. I know my children, when they're involved in stuff, they're super involved, and it takes a lot of money. So talk a little bit about what it takes from a parent to promote your young person.
You have to be there for your children. You have to encourage them, and not to say that some people say parents are so hard on their child or their children, but I am the type of mother that believe in that, if you want to go out and pursue what you want to do, I'm behind you 100%. And I think that being a mother of a teenager that's a pageant holder, it is special, but it's hard work. And I'm proud of her. And if I could help any other children to do the same thing, I would. I don't push her, but I do press. And I pray. And I ask God to just keep her humble and just as well as myself, because, like I said, there's a lot of temptation out here. And I know a lot of children do go through a lot of situations that make them want to give up, but I just want to encourage every child out there not to give up, but keep your mind focused on Jesus, first of all, and also on your education, and be respectful of yourself and just as well as your parents. Always respect your parents.
Well, we really appreciate you. Just got a note from Brother Broom and Broom Construction. They will leave a donation at the radio station. So definitely stay tuned for that. And as you walk out, you can give Miss Evans and Mr. Evans your phone number. So if someone calls the radio station or comes by and leaves a donation, they can facilitate you getting that.
Okay.
And then we got somebody here, somebody who's known for helping young ladies, Dr. J. Carthan, who has also said she would contribute and make a donation.
That's right. She says,
thank you.
Give, and it will be given unto you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and run it over. Thanks a lot, Dr. J. We see we got Miss Latasha McGill there, too, as well. So thank y'all for joining us online. All right, so thank you for coming to the show. And more importantly, thank you for really investing in your child and helping them be a wonderful young lady.
And I appreciate you all. Thank you all very much. I really do.
No problem. Okay, brother. Mac, we got another guest that's coming on the show. We're going to give him about 5 minutes to talk about the pursuit. And again, with these election commissioner races, I'm friends with everybody that's running. Right? I give everybody their 5 minutes, not endorsing anybody, but they're all good folks. And brother, you to talk about Miss Graves.
Yes, sir, sure am. Thank you for Dekeither and your co-host over there. That's been my friend for a long time. He's beyond just my friend. He's more my brother than my friend, because he and I have encountered some of the same things as it relates to that place over on Lynch Street. I didn't take you somewhere, did I? You frowning over there, Dekeither.
You got that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's a Jacksonian just as I am.
I know.
But I appreciate the opportunity of being here, Dekeither, and your co-host, and I really appreciate it, and I'm sure Ms. Graves appreciated it as well. I am here on the behalf of Ms. Bobby McClure Graves, Democrat, running for election commissioner for District 2. We all know Ms. Graves is an experienced person. She intends on continuing to bring back the confidence that has been restored for the position as well. She wants to mention right off the bat here, Dekeither, that on the 8th, October the 8th is the final day for registration. You have to vote. In order to vote, you have to register by October the 8th. Now, October the 8th, that would be until 12 p.m. on October the 8th. Now, of course, voting, she wants to stress that the polls will be open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. on November the 8th. And of course, 30 days prior to that is the deadline for registration. Everybody needs to be concerned about this election. It's a big election, and everybody needs to vote the same way we used those last 2 terms of President Obama. We got out and made sure that everybody voted. We're going to have to do the same thing this election. Now, Ms. Graves intends to offer rides to the poll on election day. And her number, Dekeither, is 601-209-4190. 601-209-4190. Now, this is a very important election, not just from a local perspective, but a national perspective as well. And Ms. Graves want to indicate to the listening audience and the citizens of District 2 that integrity is very important. There have been some people that don't apply integrity and properly. And she wants to be sure that all the listening audience and all the district voters of District 2 know that integrity is very important and it needs to be applied properly. And also, there's a few days left to register to vote. As I stated earlier, October the 8th is the last day, 5 p.m. is the last day you can go to the circuit clerk's office and register and vote. And again, Dekeither, we really appreciate it. I'm sure Ms. Graves, Bobby McClure Graves, appreciate the opportunity. She is a Democrat. She is a person that resides in District 2. She has been residing in District 2 over 30 years now, and she is a quote-unquote 833 person, for those that understands that language. But again, Dekeither, thank you so very much for having me on the show. You and that guy over there, your co-host, which y'all do a fantastic job, and I think Reviving Mississippi is a good slogan for the entire state, because I'm sure there's times that you have to leave and go outside of the state, and you have to still maintain that understanding to those people that you meet as well. But thank you so very much for having me. We look to get back on your show at some point in time in the future. Thank you again.
Thanks a lot, sir. Thanks for coming by. And as always, everyone, it's a very important election. Whether you're supporting the presidential candidates or not, there are also other races that are vitally important on this ticket. So I don't want for some of the national things to distract us from our local responsibilities and our local obligations in moving forward, because we have a responsibility to our local community to continue to govern and elect and get folks in office and move forward. So I appreciate, I would definitely appreciate everyone for getting out to vote, register to vote, vote early. If you're not going to be available on that day, participate in early voting. If you need a ride to the polls, all types of things, just give the numbers a call and we will try to help. I do want to say to all my cab drivers out there, I appreciate you for what y'all do in supporting the voting process and helping people vote. In a few minutes, before she calls in a few minutes, we'll be getting a call in from Miss Anjuan Ellis. Now, Miss Ellis has made world news in the fight for the Confederate flag to be taken down from all states, more specifically Mississippi, but other areas as well. You may have seen her on the red carpet in Hollywood with her white dress with the Confederate flags and the symbolism of taking the flag down. You may have seen some of the billboards that she's placed all over the nation. For those who don't know her, she's a world-renowned actress. She's one of the actresses in the upcoming Birth of a Nation.
Yep.
And so she's using her celebrity to push against some of the symbolism that represents a heritage of oppression. And so she'll be calling in pretty soon. I just wanted to give a heads up that she will be calling in pretty soon. And I appreciate Dr. J for facilitating this, and we look forward to her calling. But it's a very important issue, because there are people who on both sides of this issue, that don't agree, right? That don't. You got black folks who want to keep the flag up, and you got white folks who want to take it down. You got, so it's folks that you wouldn't imagine that are in the forefront that may say one thing, but behind the scenes they're saying something else. So we have to continue to champion for the things that we're for, the both through policy and through symbolism. So Ms. Ellis will be calling in very soon to talk about that, and we'll have some time after she calls in for the listening audience to come back and have some dialogue about the Confederate flag issue and how the state flag of Mississippi does not represent all Mississippians. It represents a certain heritage. On one side is pain and oppression, and I question, how can you be proud of the pain and oppression of other people? How can you say that's your heritage when, it's first off, to me, it's a treasonous act.
Right.
These are the people folks who seceded from the Union of America and waged war, both economically and with a bullet, against the American government.
Right.
So we have to definitely be mindful of what we're dealing with here and what we need to do to move forward. There's a reason Mississippi is last in a lot of areas, but we're first in good people. We're first in good people, and it's 2016. It's time for good people, both sides, black and white, to step forward and say this is right, that's wrong, and move forward. Could you go check that? The phone's not coming through. So if you're calling in, that's not just transferring in, but it's time for folks on both sides of the aisle to identify that it's 2016, not 1916, so we can govern properly and move this state forward. Because by taking the direction that we're going, it's not going to be a positive direction for the future. And so if you got a comment, we're working on this phone system. I don't know why it's not ringing through. But you have some comments you want to make about it?
Well, yeah, I'll be happy, Councilman, to come in. I feel strongly, as you mentioned earlier, about oppression, because that's part of the big picture, the small picture, and the entire picture as it relates to Mississippi, us flying under that one flag. And I wish to have it changed to reflect all people, not those that feel that they have the right because of that flag. I totally agree. I don't know what the outcome may become or what we're going to have to do to change it. Yes, we can register and get signatures to get it on the ballot, and then of course quite naturally they'll go and do some finagling and say that it passed or rejected or whatever. But I wish that those powers that be would recognize that that flag needs to come down. Yes, sir, I totally agree.
It definitely does. I think we got a call. Let's see if we can get that transferred over here. Okay. And as they're working on it, it's not ringing through. Okay. But the Confederate flag is definitely a major important issue. But what I don't want to happen is for the second step to cause us to fail. When we get this flag taken down, I don't want us to think that the battle is over, because the true oppression is through the policy and practices. Okay. Hello, caller. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hello. You're on the air, man. Hello. Can you hear me?
Hi. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Miss Ellis?
Yes, it is.
Yes, this is Dekeither Stamps. You're live on the Reviving Mississippi show. We really appreciate you for calling in and gracing us with your presence. We did a pretty lengthy introduction prior to you calling in as we were trying to work through these phone issues. So thank you for being patient with us as we work through our technical difficulties.
No problem. No problem.
Well, and welcome to the show, ma'am, and thank you for giving us the opportunity to speak with you. So, like I said before, you're live on the air now. So tell us a little bit about where we are in this fight to bring the flag down and some of the events you have planned for the future.
Yeah, well, one of the things that we are working to do with the Take It Down America campaign is that we're trying to bring focus on the issue with the flag to a national arena, which is where it should be. The Confederate flag doesn't just hang in Mississippi; it hangs all over Washington D.C., and that's shameful. You know, it hangs at Union Station in our nation's capital. And also one of the other things that we're trying to do right now is that we're trying to draw a direct line between the Confederate flag and sports. NASCAR banned the flag from being at any of its events, but the NFL flies that flag every Super Bowl. So we're going to have a press conference about this in the next couple of days to bring attention to this issue.
Okay. Well, I do appreciate you for all you're doing. So you have an event coming up pretty soon, right?
Yes, we're going to have a press conference in DC on Monday, on Columbus Day, and we're going to be joined by one of the children of one of the victims of the massacre that happened in South Carolina, and we're also going to be joined by some athletes as well. So we're looking forward to this as another step in our efforts to make this issue of the Confederate flag not just a Mississippi issue, at least in terms of attention, but make it one that it should be a national one, because it should be a national issue.
Okay, so tell us about the time and location of your event on Monday in Washington, D.C. We definitely have folks tuned in from all over the country on the internet. So give us some information about the time and location of the event, so for those who would like to participate.
It's going to be at 9:30, and it's going to be held at a restaurant in DC. Let me get the correct place for you. Okay. It's going to be held at Bus Boys and Poets on 14th Street Northwest in Washington, D.C., and the start time will be 9 a.m.
Okay. So, for those who don't know, that is a, world-renowned location. Bus Boys and Poets has had many great events over the years. I watched some of the material online and things like that. So talk a little bit about, the significance of even having it at that location.
Well, to be honest with you, I did not know that it was as renowned as it was. I'm only in the last couple of days have heard about it. I'm working with a really great person who is connecting me with this. But what I will speak to is the significance of having it in DC. We have our president, who was the first African American president in our history, and he himself has condemned the Confederate flag. But what is troubling for us is that he doesn't acknowledge the fact that that flag is flown right down the street from his house. That's why we're choosing that's why one of the reasons why we're choosing to do that in DC.
Okay, well, great. And we definitely thank you. So do you have any online address so folks they can stay tuned to other events you're doing, so they can follow you and participate from afar?
Yeah, well, we have a page called the Dekeither America page, and people can go on there and follow what we're doing. The flyer for the press conference is posted on there now, and we're constantly putting things of interest to this cause on there. And the other thing I want people to do is go see Birth of the Nation on Friday.
Yeah, that's right. I wanted to get to that. I know, but we're holding off our announcements because I wanted to wait to that to the end. So, talk about Birth of the Nation. You're one of the actresses in Birth of the Nation. It's going to be a great movie. A lot of good press has been put out about it so far. So, tell us about Birth of the Nation. I know you can't go into details because you want people to go see the movie, but tell us about that experience of participating in Birth of the Nation.
Well, for me, being from where I'm from and having the family history that I had, my grandfather was a pastor of several churches in Macomb, Mississippi, and the Klan bombed his church, and he was arrested by the police in Pike County for bombing his own church and taken to jail in the middle of the night. And the deacons at his church protected his house and protected him to keep law enforcement from causing him any harm. So, and what people don't know and what people don't realize is that there were several years in the 60s during this time, particularly that my grandfather was going through this, because the reason why this happened to him is because he let the Freedom Riders use his church for meetings. So, folks don't realize this, but we were waging war in the streets in Pike County.
That's right.
Waging war in the streets. There were shootouts, and folks were bombing. The Klan and the police. I mean, at a certain point, they were one and the same, but they were bombing. Churches left and right, bombing people's homes. And so the deacons in my granddaddy's church, they were protecting him, and they were also at war with the police in Pike County. There's a whole book that's written about this sort of resistance that was written by Akinele Moja, called "We Shot Back." So for me, having that sort of family history, having that history that's associated with my life in my life in Mississippi, that's in my blood.
Okay.
And it's one of the reasons why I fight so hard. Come on in. I fight so hard about this flag. Yeah, because it's I have to.
That's right.
I
You
have
do.
to. I have to. And so Birth of a Nation came along as sort of a gift. You don't get to do projects where you feel like this is your purpose. And I feel like doing this kind of work that I'm doing with the flag, that's my purpose. And doing the film that tells the story of Nat Turner and tells the story of Black liberation and tells the story of Black people, Black folks coming together as a community and wresting power, taking away power from people who would try to subjugate them. That's the kind of work that I want to do. And what I want people to know is that the movie is extraordinary, and it will feed you. It will feed your heart. It will feed your soul. It will feed your purpose. I believe that strongly. I don't say that about everything about it, but I believe that strongly about this movie. And I know there's a lot of controversy surrounding it, and I hope people will give it a chance, because if they do, I feel like they won't regret that.
Well, we're definitely looking forward to it. We've been, sitting back waiting for this weekend to come for a long time. Everyone's in progress movement that we've had over the years is definitely looking forward to the movie. I mean, I've been getting messages all week about, can't wait till it comes out, and then when Dr. J called me about, asking me to come on the show, I was like, this is right on time. So again, talk about some of the other actors who are participating, or actresses who are participating in the movie as well.
Well, it's just a bunch of wonderful people. A Parker, of course, is the director, producer, writer of it. He's the lead actor in it, so he does everything. Armie Hammer, Coleman Domingo, Gabrielle Union, Asia Naomi King, Penelope Ann Miller, Jackie Earl Haley, Dwight Henry. So these are folks who came to Savannah last year and just laid it on the line and just gave all of themselves, because we all believed in what we were doing. And I hope and I think it's reflected in what people will see this weekend.
I'm just thinking about what you just said about your grandfather, and then also knowing what the movie's about with Nat Turner, and just seeing the correlation of a minister or a person of the community standing up for what's right and risking it all for freedom. And that's something we definitely want to participate in. So if there's anything we can do here locally, any discussions we can have or anything we can do besides the work that we're doing on organizing to get the flag down, but also to destroy oppression by, totally, while we lift up the African American community, let us know. Please contact us. We would definitely like to get you to come back and after the movies, and have some discussion and connect it to some of the points in Mississippi's history.
Cool. I will thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. I'm actually got to hop off the phone because we got to go to a screening for the movie tonight. So I got to get in the car and do that. But I really, really appreciate you talking to me and taking the time to allow me to be on the show and talk to your audience.
Well, thank you very much. Well, our audience stretches from Mississippi, Louisiana, Tennessee, and Arkansas, all 100,000 watts of 90.1. Loves what you're doing, loves what you're doing, the purpose you're doing it for. And we look forward to talking to you in the future. Thank you very much.
All right, take care. Have a good evening.
Yes, ma'am. And ladies and gentlemen, that's Miss Anjuan Ellis. She is one of the actors in Birth of a Nation. It comes out this weekend, right here, Mississippi roots, homegrown, but taking the fight to the global stage, both in activism and in screen. So, I would definitely appreciate, I'm imploring everyone to go out and support this movie and actually learn a little bit, because it's not just about, slavery. It's about the resistance. It's not just about the shackles.
Right.
It's about actually doing something and committing for the future. Let's get this caller. Hello, caller. Welcome to the show. Turn your radio down, caller. Hey, Miss Bedford, how you doing? You got some background noise, ma'am.
I'm good. I've been in Ohio trying to work with the Clinton campaign in order to get the swing state over into Hillary Clinton's corner. But when I was away, I received a number of calls about the fact that there was an issue discussed regarding having military people occupying all of the elected positions that we have here in Jackson, and I guess throughout the nation. You all are very young, but I remember Hitler tried to do the same thing. He tried to militarize those provinces that he brought up under his control. And one of the things about military people is they're accustomed to taking orders without any questions. So the Revolutionary War was fought about this idea of sending soldiers into people's homes and taking over the various aspects of the government of the colonies, and we just need civilians to continue to be involved in these issues, because so many of our people do not realize that many of our military people are being included into these powerful military communities to really oppress minorities and especially black people. So I wanted to make that statement, and I certainly thank you.
Are you listening in online, Ms. Bedford? Because I definitely want to respond to some.
I'm not listening in online, but I can listen to what you have to say.
Okay, let me just clarify a little bit of what we were discussing. Okay, what we were discussing is that. First, a little history lesson. After the American Revolution, veterans came in and got involved at all levels of government and those types of things all over the country and helped build this nation. After the Civil War, veterans of both sides, Union and Confederate, got involved in government and private sector and in the community and rebuilt the whole nation. After World War II, veterans like Medgar Evers and several others came back and built this country. What I was saying, and when I made that comment about veterans getting more involved in politics and government and giving back to the community as a whole, is because it's time for this generation of veterans. We've been at war 15 years now. It's time for this generation of veterans to get back involved, because there is, and I don't make no bones about this, comments, this may be what inflamed people, is that I believe that there's a large percentage of the Democratic and Republican Party who are crazy. And they need to be replaced by veterans and people who are committed to this process, because they're throwing a whole government structure off. They're throwing the whole structure off, and
I know what you're saying,
Yeah,
but we
so-
have so many veterans, and I go to the Veterans Hospital, and I see so many of our veterans are coming back with wounded physical as well as mental problems. And if we're going to have veterans that we depend upon to protect us and to make laws for us, we need to have veterans that are physically as well as mentally fit, because so many of our veterans, although they have served our country, many of them are now on so many medications that hide their mental illness, that there's sometimes a problem with these paramilitary military groups that are being able to bring these veterans back into their arms. So, and I'm not saying black veterans, I'm saying many of the white veterans are going into these groups that are now being included in the Nazi type
well, let me just cut that.
I know what you're saying, and I think veterans need to be involved, but we got to make sure that when our veterans come out, that they are sound physically and mentally. And thank you so much for taking my call.
Yes, ma'am. And she's right. Folks need to be sound, mentally and physically. I question the mental and physical state of some civilians who are involved in this. So let's go ahead. We got a call stand, and then after this call, we're gonna thank our sponsors and our underwriters.
I had a point, and I
Okay.
I lost it. What was the point? We were just talking about what, the birth of the nation.
Right.
And we was going into.
Let's catch. There you
I
go.
forgot.
Hello, caller. Welcome to the show. What's your question or comment? Hello, caller.
Councilman, how's everybody?
How are you, brother?
Right. I was enjoying the earlier conversation. Right. Well, I guess it's all good. You're a multi-talented young man there, and you're my councilman too. But the question I have, the governor proclaimed this month Reconciliation Month.
Okay.
And I want to know if you could somewhat enlighten me as to what do we as a people did to them that we have to reconcile. Could you explain that to me, please?
Yes, sir. We will. As soon as we touch our sponsors underwriter, we're going to explain it to you. Thanks a lot, caller. Matt, could you go over our sponsors and underwriters, please?
Yes, sir, Councilman. Revive Mississippi Underwriters and Sponsors. We are sponsored by Better Home Realty, black owned by Ms. Michelle Wade, licensed real estate agent. Contact her at 601-624-1055. You may email her at yrent. You can buy the letter Y, rent, the letter U, can buy at yahoo.com. Also, once you get your house, you might have to get you a vehicle. Northview Autoplex, black owned by Mr. Kevin Williams, 4180 Northview Drive, Jackson, Mississippi. Mr. Kevin is a graduate of Callaway High School, Tougaloo College, a member of Cade Chapel, and a proud member of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. You may contact him at 601-487-6190. You can also check him out on the website, www.northviewautoplex.com, and the same thing on Facebook, www.northviewautoplex.com. Make sure you go check him out. Now, once we get our house and we get our car, we're going to get some spiritual nourishment. We have that Touching the World Ministry, presently located on 2875 Medgar Evers Boulevard. Pastor and First Lady Tommy Bell, but soon to be another proud member of Ward 4.
That's
yes,
right.
They are moving to Ward 4. So listen, guys. Hey, it's plenty of room in Ward 4 for good people. So make sure you make that right move and come on, check us out. Also, we're recently added. We're gonna have another place to eat. I think it's called Stamp Burger. Is that correct, Councilman?
Hey, Stamp Super Burgers.
Stamp
you
Super
promote
Burger.
folks and not promote your own people.
Look, it's a poor frog that don't praise his own pun. Remember that.
That's right. And those brothers over there have been saying for years, they done figure out how to put a whole cow between two pieces of bread.
And turkey. They're a turkey between two pieces of bread now too. Turkey burger.
And make it delicious and juicy all the way through and good to the last bite. So I appreciate our brothers over at Stamps Burgers. Go over on Dolphin Street, check them out. You know where it is.
Right. The original.
The original.
And look, and if you would like to be an underwriter for Revival Mississippi, please give us a call at 559-335-3484. Once again, that's 559-335-3484. We need good people because we cannot do this by ourselves. We can get to work together. Together, we can heal our community. Back to you, Councilman.
I want to talk about a wonderful operation I went to today.
Okay.
I was over at Celebrity Hair Designs at 3401 Mega Evans.
Did you go get a hairstyle?
I didn't get a hairstyle. They got a barber in there
Okay.
as well. Sister Shantae Lewis and Brother Suave Styles over there. They have a wonderful operation. I mean, I walked in, they got the ambiance, they got the right sitting, everything is designed well.
You got a nail tech?
Yeah, they got nail tech. They got flat screen TVs everywhere.
What?
Yeah.
Where's this at?
Right up 3401 McEvers Boulevard. Give them a call today at 601-720-3009. That's 601-720-3009 at 3401 McEvers Boulevard. You walk into, I'm telling you, Mac, you walk in, the sisters are there, got their station set up. They got flat screen TVs, big actual nail spa booth that you sit in.
Are sisters doing nails over there?
Oh,
they got sisters doing nails.
They got it going on.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And they're going to be the next participant in Books in the Barbershop.
Okay.
Well, you know, because our program, that's why we went over there, about Books in the Barbershop, getting our young folks to read.
Right.
But I walked in and I saw a wonderful operation.
So we're gonna go back over there and get you a washing set. Or we going back? When we going?
Well, you know, they may do bald heads too, so both of us get something.
Hey, they can do it. They can work a straight raise. We might have to go talk to them.
Yeah, you know. So we're definitely gonna be back over there at 3401 Mega Evans. That sister, she is a wonderful spirit. I mean, good Christian lady.
You want positive folks in your head.
Right.
You don't want nobody with a negative spirit in your head.
That sister has such a wonderful spirit that just calmed the whole place down. You know, Sister Lewis over there, she does a wonderful job. Her church is right down the street, so she's back and forth from church to her ministry, but also her ministry is in her work.
Oh,
you can tell in the customers and business and her business partners who are there that what she does is allow for the spirit to flow through her work and through her relationships.
Wow.
Because it wasn't just a business; it was an actual. You can see the ministry in the things that she's doing and how she's executing them. And so I want to say I appreciate them for what they're doing. She's giving wigs to cancer survivors every year for the past 5 years, and on October 22nd. At 2 p.m., I want to just ask folks, on October 22nd at 2 p.m., at 3401 Mega Evers, they'll be having their 5th year of this giving wigs to cancer survivors and those things at the salon there. So again, to the ladies and the brothers over there, go by and check them out. They're doing great work in the community, but also great work in the hearts and minds of their customers and patrons who patronize their operation.
Man,
good work.
That's good.
I was impressed.
Man, that last piece by itself is enough to make you want to go spend your money with somebody that actually care about people.
Hey,
and I remember my point.
Yeah. Oh, what was your point?
My point was when she talked about her granddaddy and how the deacons surround and protect him.
That's right.
And those are examples. That's a movie by itself. I don't know if she knows, but she can make a movie about her granddaddy of something. But that's the type of thing we need to take on. Going up and helping out, and to highlight one of my best friends when his father was a pastor, was known for when the house burned down, he showed up with his truck to help. He just didn't pray for you. He showed up physically to work to help change what was going on. So those are things we got to bring back. When we talk about taking our community back, is getting men to get back out and get active in the community and volunteering and being a part of a change agent in somebody's life. And I know that's one of the things we've been working on now with Big Brother, Big Sister. Is trying to get more volunteers. We have a lot of youth, and we need some people that want to help. So, you know, that's an opportunity to be a change agent physically.
Right. And, you know, to go a little deeper, the reason I made the comment about veterans getting back involved in politics and
Yes, sir.
government and community and those things, and not saying that the veterans are the only ones who are capable of doing so. We got great civilians. That's why I said, you know, a percentage of the parties, not all of them, need to go away, but a percentage of them need to be brought to bear and removed. But mainly, we need more people who are willing to die for what you believe in.
Right.
That's the whole point. You know, we need more folks that are actively engaged in this community who are willing to die for what they believe in. You want to take my airport? I'm willing to die to keep it. You want to take over my school district? I'm willing to die. We need people with a higher level of commitment, not just saying, oh, I vote. No, it ain't just about voting. It's about standing up and saying, I'm willing to die.
You're gonna scare people when you start like
Hey,
that.
that's the level of resolve we need today.
They get scared because people will always stand back from afar and say by any means necessary. By any means mean your cause means so much.
That's right.
To you
That's
that
right.
you would stand on it or champion that cause for as
That's
long
right.
as God gives you breath in your body.
That's right.
That's the total commitment.
That's the commitment we need all around. None of this, you know, soft tone kind of stuff.
No.
You know, that's why people maybe look out when they want to oppose some of the stuff that we're championing for. Our level of resolve far exceeds other folks' level of resolve, and you know, personally, just like working with us. You know, people, you know, talk about us. You know, but we work together all week, and then we together all weekend. Our kids hang out together, you know, with us. It's deeper than just 9 to 5.
Pick that up, girl. You can carry it.
Right.
You know, they said we were crazy for sleeping in the park, and I often talk about that. You know, that they talk about other folks, but you know, when you go to the extreme,
right.
I mean, to champion your cause, to show and bring awareness, you know, that speaks a whole different language to our culture now. You know, when everybody got a picture of Harriet Tubman in their house, but how many people are willing to do what Harriet Tubman did?
That's right.
You know,
that's right. You know, so some people may say it's crazy, you know, but that's our level of resolve to the things we're involved in. You know, that's why you be real careful when it comes to certain opposition, because if you don't have the same level of commitment, the people you're opposing. Because I guarantee you that there are people who are on the other side of some of our fights who are committed to the death.
To death.
All right. So we can run around here and pity pat all we want to and talk about, you know, you can talk about black power all you want to, but if you're not willing to die, because the people who are on the other side are willing to die and kill to continue their heritage way of life, right?
Willing, have, and continue to do it right now.
And we'll sit in your face until you know we're not gonna put a police officer in jail for killing somebody in the street on video. We're gonna send him home and give him millions of dollars. So they're willing to kill. So if you're not willing to meet that opposition with the level of commitment necessary, sit down and shut up.
Right.
Because that's the point we're at right now in America.
Stay on the sideline.
Right. If you're not willing, let the folks who with the right level of resolve stay in the fight.
What they say? If you can't help me, don't hurt me.
Call back, caller. These phones are acting up. I know we got about 8 minutes left to go on the show. We had a really contentious meeting last night.
Oh yeah, we got to get something.
I'm gonna spend 5 minutes talking about this.
All right.
Here we go. Hello, caller. Welcome to the show. Hello, caller. You on there?
Yeah, Brother Stamps.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I hadn't saw you since the closing of that service station out there on Northside Drive and Bailey Avenue.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm the brother that had his own PA system.
Yes, sir. I remember you and your daughter were there. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you, sir.
All right.
I've been listening to the show, and I'm encouraged with what I'm hearing. Mm-hmm. But I've got a statement.
Okay.
The statement, it's really composed of a statement and a question. But the rebel flag, what I have heard was that no one has stated that the same people that own the rebel flag is the same people that own the United States flag that all black people pledge allegiance to. Mm-hmm. So as long as you're pledging allegiance to his United States flag, then you don't care nothing about what we're talking about the rebel flag, because they own both of them.
Hey, I definitely appreciate you, brother, because you make a great point. And we got to realize that our issues in our community are first and foremost to us, and our commitment to moving the community forward, no matter what flag is flying. Because to me, it's not just about the flags that are flying; it's about the policies and institutional racism and oppression that's in this country and moving it forward. So that's why, some people say, well, it's not politically correct to make some of the statements that I make. Well, I'm not here for politics. I'm not here to be your mayor. I'm here to be your gladiator. So our goals are different. Our resolve is different. And so, so while some people may, take some of the things we do out of context, I'm not here for a political, 60 years in office kind of thing. I'm here for pain and oppression to cease.
Right.
But thanks a lot, brother. We about to wrap the show up, but thanks a lot, brother.
Sure.
All right.
And 2 points we want to make sure we hit. Go see Birth of a Nation this weekend. Make sure you take your kids to go see Birth of a Nation this weekend. Make sure your tickets say Birth of a Nation, and make sure you be prepared and enjoy it and watch it. Also, make sure you register to vote. You need to have, if anybody is not registered, make sure they are registered. I would say by Friday, but you have till about 11 to 12 o'clock on Saturday. Make sure you call your circuit clerk's office. If you plan on doing a voter registration drive, we need help. We need volunteers. We are trying to get out to find a large group of people to do voter registration this week. We only have a few days. This is very important. So if you under the sound of our voice, please commit to bringing somebody to the polls, bring somebody to be registered, and also taking somebody to the polls. So make sure we get some people registered by Friday.
Okay, and we have some technical difficulties with this phone, brothers. It's ringing, but it's not lighting up to even come through.
The man.
Right.
The man is right.
Here we go. Hello, caller. Welcome to the show. We got about 2 minutes left to go on the show. What's your question or comment?
Well, first of all, I think what we need to do, we need to step back and take a look at what's really going on. That flag, as I told you guys back about 2 or 3 years ago, is unconstitutional. It causes division, it causes chaos, and it doesn't represent blacks. So first of all, it's against the law. And so why don't we just go ahead on and go to the Supreme Court Justice of the United States of America and the President and talk to him about that flag, because these guys in Mississippi aren't going to do anything. We can go, if you go to a bowl for milk, you won't get anything. And so if you go to the wrong place to try to get something done, you're never going to get anything done for blacks in Mississippi because it's not designed that way. And so what we need to do is we need to go in accordance with the law, because the flag is unconstitutional. It doesn't represent you.
Oh, most definitely does, brother.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So when you put a flag up, it's supposed to represent everyone. Now, as far as that United States of America flag, I served in the military under that flag, and it means the world to me. But I tell you what I wouldn't do. If it were present with that rebel flag, I wouldn't stand or salute it either, because that's the way I feel about that. And that's right about it, because first of all, they're breaking the law. And so if we allow them to continuously break the law, as they always have done, and kill blacks like they always have done, and if we continue to allow them to do that, then after a while, as they say, what next? What else are they going to do next? And so they don't want anybody, because realistically what can happen is that the law of can be applied.
All right, so we got to call you. You got to call back in next week, brother. We got about 1 minute left to go on the show. Mr. Evans is chomping at the bit to get in here.
No doubt about it.
All right, brother. And again, everyone, thank you for calling in and those things. We'll be back up and running next week. The conversation continues online. You can look us up on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and those things to continue this conversation, because it goes on all week long. Stay plugged in, stay engaged to the things we're doing. Like I said, we had a pretty contentious council meeting. I didn't talk about it today because we had a world-renowned actress, a wonderful young lady from here from Mississippi, and another young lady who's running for Miss Teen USA. I knew we were going to be in the show, though I won't be able to have that experience that often. To have folks of their stature,
all right,
in our studio, and I want to give them their just due. But do know, go online, check us out, go to our Facebook pages and those things to continue this conversation and dialogue. And as always, everyone, no matter how contentious the issues get, we're not going to quit until we win. We may not have won some votes that we put it forth last night to fully fund our golf course, fully fund our art center and the Smith Robinson Museum. But what we will do is we will put ourselves in a position where the folks who believe what we believe in vote for what we believe in. For the folks who look like us to vote like us. Because cutting Smith Robinson is just, it's crazy where we are right now, but we're going to keep pushing. We're not going to give up. And remember this, as I say every week, all white folks not bad and all black folks aren't good. Use some discernment to figure out who you're going to deal with, and never let anyone put you in a position where you don't love your own people. Because when you hate your own people, you're part of the very oppression we're trying to lift ourselves out of. All right, Standing DJ, go on, take us out of here. We'll see y'all next week. God bless.